As we journey through life, our brains are our greatest assets, our most complex and precious organs. They hold our memories, our wisdom, our laughter, and our dreams. Yet as the years pass, it's only natural that we begin to wonder how best to care for this remarkable part of ourselves. Whether you're a senior, approaching your golden years, or simply looking ahead, the importance of maintaining cognitive health cannot be overstated. Today, I'm setting out on a personal challenge. For 1 week, I will eat only the top 3 foods renowned for their brain-boosting properties, to see if I notice tangible benefits in my own mental clarity, focus, and memory. Why this challenge? Because cognitive decline is a concern that touches us all, either through our own experiences or those of our loved ones. As we age, changes in the brain are inevitable. The neurons that once fired at lightning speed may slow a bit. Names and dates might slip our minds, and the ability to multitask could wane. But the latest research tells us something empowering. Diet makes a difference. The food we eat can nourish not just our bodies, but our brains too, helping to build cognitive reserve and potentially stave off dementia. So, which foods stand out as champions in the fight against cognitive decline? After diving into the research, consulting nutritionists, and reflecting on my own experience, I've chosen 3 superfoods that are both accessible and delicious: fatty fish, leafy greens, and nuts and seeds. Over the next several minutes, I'll unpack the science behind each, share practical tips for incorporating them into your daily routine, and reflect on how this experiment has impacted my mental acuity. Let's start with fatty fish, the undisputed leader of the brain food pack. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout. They all boast high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, especially docosahexaenoic acid, or DHA. Our brains are composed of nearly 60% fat, and DHA is a vital building block of brain tissue. It plays a key role in maintaining the structure and function of neurons, the brain's communication specialist. Numerous studies have linked higher omega-3 intake to slower age-related cognitive decline and a reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. But how exactly do omega-3s work their magic? The answer lies partly in their anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation in the brain has been implicated in the development of neurodegenerative diseases. Omega-3s help tamp down this inflammation, creating a more hospitable environment for neurons to thrive. They also promote neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells, a phenomenon once thought impossible in adults, but now known to occur in certain brain regions throughout life. For this challenge, I made it a point to include fatty fish in my meals at least 4 times during the week. Grilled salmon with a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of dill, sardines tossed in a fresh salad, and mackerel fillets with a side of roasted vegetables. Not only did these dishes delight my taste buds, but I found myself looking forward to the next meal, knowing I was fueling my brain with essential nutrients. The second cornerstone of my brain-boosting experiment: leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard. These vegetables are powerhouses of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin K, lutein, folate, and beta-carotene. Research, notably the Mind Diet study out of Rush University, has shown that individuals who consume 1 or 2 servings of leafy greens daily have the cognitive abilities of people up to 11 years younger than those who rarely eat them. What makes leafy greens so effective? Antioxidants are part of the answer. Our brains are especially vulnerable to oxidative stress, damage caused by free radicals, which are unstable molecules that accumulate with age and contribute to cell death. The antioxidants in leafy greens help neutralize these free radicals, reducing cellular damage and supporting long-term brain health. Folate, another key nutrient in these greens, is essential for neurotransmitter synthesis and DNA repair, critical functions for a sharp mind. Incorporating leafy greens into my meals was both simple and satisfying. I added generous handfuls of spinach to my morning smoothies, tossed kale into hearty soups, and sautéed collard greens with garlic and olive oil for a delicious side dish. Even a basic salad, elevated with a light vinaigrette, became a daily ritual. The vibrant colors and fresh flavors were not only appetizing, but also a visual reminder of my commitment to cognitive wellness. The third pillar of my brain-boosting regimen: nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds are all rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, and essential nutrients like vitamin E. In particular, walnuts are celebrated for their high content of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, and polyphenols, which have been shown to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain. Vitamin E, abundant in many nuts and seeds, is a potent antioxidant that protects cell membranes from damage. Several large observational studies have linked higher dietary vitamin E intake to a lower risk of cognitive decline. Meanwhile, the healthy fats in nuts and seeds support the integrity of neuronal membranes, facilitating efficient communication between brain cells. During the week, I made a point to snack on a small handful of mixed nuts each day. I sprinkled chia and flax seeds over my morning oatmeal, stirred pumpkin seeds into yogurt, and even experimented with homemade walnut pesto. The crunch and flavor added a welcome variety to my meals, and I appreciated knowing that each bite was working to support my mental acuity. But what did I actually experience during this week-long challenge? While a single week is hardly enough time to reverse decades of brain aging, I did notice some subtle but encouraging changes. My energy felt steadier throughout the day, and I found it easier to concentrate on tasks that required sustained attention. My memory for small details, like where I'd left my reading glasses, seemed a bit sharper. Most importantly, I felt empowered by the knowledge that I was actively supporting my brain health with every meal. Of course, diet is just one piece of the puzzle. Cognitive health is influenced by many factors, including physical activity, social engagement, mental stimulation, and quality sleep. But what we choose to eat can lay a powerful foundation for lifelong brain health. By regularly incorporating fatty fish, leafy greens, and nuts and seeds into your diet, you're giving your brain the nutrients it needs to stay resilient and adaptable. I'm reminded of my grandmother, whose love of fishing and home-cooked meals kept her mind agile well into her 90s. She was living proof that small, consistent choices can add up to a lifetime of cognitive vitality. While genetics certainly play a role in our cognitive trajectory, lifestyle choices, especially diet, offer us a tangible way to take control of our brain health. Let's take a closer look at some practical tips for introducing these foods into your daily life. For fatty fish, aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Grilled, baked, or broiled options are healthiest, and canned sardines or salmon are convenient options for quick meals. If you're vegetarian or allergic to fish, consider algae-based omega-3 supplements, which provide DHA and EPA. For leafy greens, variety is key. Rotate between spinach, kale, arugula, and other greens to keep your meals interesting. Add them to omelets, stir-fries, and sandwiches, or blend them into smoothies for a nutritional boost. Don't forget that frozen greens are just as nutritious as fresh, making it easy to keep them on hand year-round. When it comes to nuts and seeds, moderation is important. About a quarter cup of nuts, or 2 tablespoons of seeds per day, is ideal. Mix them into breakfast cereals, salads, or homemade granola bars. Try different types to discover your favorites, and opt for unsalted varieties to keep sodium intake in check. Beyond these 3 superfoods, there are other dietary patterns that support brain health. The Mediterranean and Mind diets, for example, emphasize whole grains, berries, olive oil, beans, and limited red meat. These eating patterns have been linked to better cognitive outcomes in numerous studies. But if making sweeping changes feels overwhelming, simply starting with these 3 foods is an excellent first step. As I reflect on my week of brain-boosting meals, I'm struck by how easy it is to make a significant impact with small, intentional choices. There's no need for exotic ingredients or complicated recipes, just a commitment to nourishing your brain as well as your body. The benefits extend far beyond memory and attention. Eating well supports mood, energy, and even sleep quality, all of which contribute to a vibrant, engaged life. Cognitive decline is not an inevitable part of aging. By caring for our brains through nutrition, we can build resilience against the challenges that come with time. Whether you're looking to protect your memory, enhance your focus, or simply feel more vibrant each day, these 3 foods offer a delicious and effective way to invest in your future self. I encourage you to take this journey with me. Try adding fatty fish, leafy greens, and nuts and seeds to your meals this week. Pay attention to how you feel, your energy, your focus, your mood. Share your experiences with friends and family, and inspire others to join you in prioritizing brain health. If you have a favorite brain-boosting recipe, don't hesitate to share it. Our collective wisdom can help us all live longer, sharper, and more fulfilling lives. And remember, it's never too late to make a change. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your brain is capable of remarkable growth and adaptation. Every healthy choice you make is a step toward a more vibrant future. As we close, think of your brain as a garden. With care, nourishment, and attention, it can flourish at any age. Fatty fish provide the essential water, leafy greens, the rich soil, nuts and seeds, the sunlight. Together, they create an environment where your mind can blossom, full of color and vitality. Thank you for joining me on this journey to better brain health. I hope you feel inspired to make these foods a regular part of your life and to share the gift of cognitive wellness with those you love. Remember, a healthy mind is the foundation of a happy, independent, and meaningful life. Let's nurture it, one meal at a time.